What's going on, Cancers? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Tawny Michelle. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe before you leave if you end up liking this video. So, welcome back to those of you that aren't new. Don't forget to comment down below and let me know how you guys are doing. Thank you guys so much for last month's support on last month's video. So let's talk about it. What's going on with you guys for December? It was a little bit longer than I wanted it to be. There's a lot of cards just fell out while I was literally connecting to your guys' energy. We have already 6 cards here and we're going to go over them. First, I want to give you the general energy from what I see in the astrology and what I feel for you. So the big thing that is happening this month for everybody is Jupiter moving into Capricorn. Capricorn is your opposite sign. So where things have not been making sense in relationships, where things have been very limited, very burdensome, very, it's another good word here, very kind of like delayed or just really burdensome, really. That's like the best thing I can think of here in this situation. That is going to start becoming more understandable. You're going to start understanding why it is like that. It's going to be very obvious what needs to change in the relationship department. And when I say relationships, I don't just mean romantic, although that can be the case as well. I am talking about any significant relationships in your life. That is the key word here. Any significant relationships in your life, or any issues that you're having with an enemy. Even the 7th house can sometimes be our own enemies. And for the last couple years, Cancer, you've been learning a lot of really tough and hard lessons when it comes to this, when it comes to your significant relationships. Maybe your significant other, your partner, or some kind of significant relationship that you have, maybe those people have been really pressing you or really hard on you, or almost like drill sergeants in a way. Or maybe, you know, they've had some things happen with their job or their work or their financial situation, which has put a lot of stress back on you. Maybe they've had a lot of burdens that they've been asking you to carry for them. And that is what I see here in the cards. I actually want to put this down a little bit so you can see what is going on here. So we first had the 6 of Swords come out, and if you see, you know, they're moving away from shore. They're moving away. They are, you know, this is the zombie tarot, so they're trying to get away from the zombies, and that's very much so what the 6 Swords is about. Trying to move to clearer waters, trying to move to some safe space, trying to get away because someone is weighing you down. Okay, there's something or someone or some situation that's been weighing you down, and I feel like this is definitely relationship wise for a lot of you, okay? And then we have the 9 of Swords, which in this deck is very much so like, let me take care of you, let me, you know, try to control you, whatever. It's really been about like trying to make it work, but it's just been so stressful and there's a lot of fear around it. And it's been tough, okay? Then we move on to the 2 of Hazards. And honestly, for some of you, I know this is not going to be for all of you, but some of you I do feel like are the skeleton in this 2 of Hazards. I really do. Someone's got you on a leash, chain, whatever. And with the North Node that's been in your sign, Cancer, this has been about you finding your power, okay? You really and truly finding your power. Now, for some of you, this could be significant relationships at work or in your daily life, or even something to do with health, because Jupiter just moved out of your 6th house. Now it's in your 7th. So you've been learning lessons the past year when it came to your health, your fitness, expanding your work environment, expanding your work connections, your work relations, right? And now the ruler of your 6th is in your 12th, especially if you're a Cancer rising, you're going to relate to this even more. If you're a Cancer sun or moon, you could still have seen these themes, but also make sure you watch your video for your rising sign or your moon sign as well, just to get the full picture. We then have the 7 of Cups. So it's like you've been playing with this choice, 2 of Hazards, 7 of Cups. You've been playing with this choice, this decision, but you've been so confused about which one to make. There's been a lot of opinions, a lot of voices, a lot of other people and their critique and their judgments and their own, you know, their own ideas of what they think you should do. But with the North Node in your sign, Cancer, This has been about, what do you think you should do? What is going to make you more comfortable? The only way out of this situation, because as a Cancer, you may want to detach, you may want to hide in your shell, you may want to whatever. The only way out of this situation is through. With the node in your sign. The node will be moving out of your sign in around like spring or summer of 2020. And that's when you will complete your lessons and what this node has been teaching you in your sign. And I feel like a lot of you with the Hierophant here, it's like the past, something with the past, or we go way back, or their family, or they're like family, or we have a family, or we're committed, or it's this commitment, or we're married, or what about the rules? What about what society thinks? What about society tells me to, like, what tells me to do, right? And it's like, screw that, you know? Screw that. Queen of Cups, baby. Queen of Cups. And then on the TV in this Hierophant card, it says rescue station. It's like you've been wanting someone to rescue you, or you've had all these people trying to rescue you, or you've been trying to rescue someone else. And it's like, you just need to get the hell away and quit thinking. She's like literally eating a brain. Go on vacation, you know, do something. Just get the hell away. And I feel like you also need to use your intuitions too. And I think the answers will come to you, Cancer. I really, really do. But there's some kind of burden that's been going on here for a while. And I think it's really kind of coming to a head this month in December, because that's what's coming up in your cards. Although, yeah, this could be, you know, what's already been going on the last year or two. But I kind of feel like this stuff's going to get brought up in December. It's like you may feel like no matter which way you go, there's like no way out. There's this burden, or there's someone trying to tell you what to do, or there's some kind of situational burden, okay? And with Jupiter moving into your relationship house, it's going to teach you even more. It's going to show you even more. We have 8 of Cups, okay? Deciding that you want something better, deciding that you may have to say screw it and go a different route, go a different way because you want something better, you know, deciding that there's something else out there for you. And you may have to leave what you've worked for or what you wanted to go and achieve that, basically. And that's what Jupiter is showing you in your relationship house. It's like, okay, there's a mess here that's been going on that it's like time to clean up. It is time to clean this shit up. Like whatever is not committing to you, whatever, it's like I feel like there's confusion with a commitment, okay, for a lot of you. Whether it's romantic or business or other, there's a confusion here. It's like they say one thing, but then they do another. Are we really together? Are we not? Are we friends? Are we not? Like, just whatever, you know? It's a lot. They're not making a lot of sense. And you're kind of like at this point where it's like, okay, it's a mess. Is this even worth like staying? Like, is it even worth staying with whatever this is that you've been really building up? You know what I mean? Or should we just go ahead and move on? Because there's better out there. It really is leaving old commitments, like letting old commitments die, letting old relationships or insignificant relationships kind of be put to rest, because Pluto's in there too in your opposite sign, and Pluto is about death, transformation, rebirth, and you've been through a lot of that. And honestly, I kind of feel like some of you may have even had to grieve over maybe someone that you actually physically lost, because the astrology does point to that too, that, you know, some of you, especially Cancer risings, may have had to actually deal with, within the last couple years, a physical loss, okay? We have the 7 of Wands here now. And I kind of feel like this Capricorn new moon solar eclipse that's happening towards the end of the month is going to be a moment for you where you're like, I I can't freaking take this anymore. Or everything just kind of hits you at once and you're like, this, like, no, just no, you know? And you kind of see like, okay, it is time to move on. Yeah, 10 of Swords. It is time to leave the past in the past. I'm done being butchered. I am done being like torn apart. I am done with other people's burdens, and you finally let die what needs to die. And that is how I see the 10 of Swords. It's like, just let die what's trying to die. It's already dead. We're just delusionally holding on hope that it's not, and that something's going to come back alive. And I know that this is a very specific reading, tarot-wise. The astrology should relate to a lot of people. I know this is a very specific reading, but so you all may not resonate with it this month, but astrology-wise for Cancer, there's a lot going on in your opposite sign, which is bringing a lot of opposition to you. It's bringing a lot of change and challenge to yourself. You've been forced to undergo a lot of change and challenge, but it's been happening in the form of other people, right? Other people have provoked change and challenge in you and have provoked you to become this new person, to be reborn, to become the leader, right? And become the leader that you are deep down. And that's what this has all been about. And we are in Sag season, so the sun is here now, so you could be thinking about your health, or your eating habits, really any kind of habits that you do on a day-to-day basis, any kind of routines or daily rituals or schedules that you have definitely could be coming up at the moment. Okay, so we have the Queen of Hazards as the last card, and it seems to me that once you do this, once you let die what needs to die, you move into this Queen of Hazards energy of like, you know, I'm being practical, right? I'm being practical with my emotions. I'm being practical with my thoughts. I am being real. I am facing reality. I am facing the physical world. I'm not scared to do it anymore. I'm not all up in my head or all up in my emotions anymore. I'm not running and hiding in my shell anymore. I am facing what needs to be faced, and I am doing what needs to be done. And it's going to give you so much confidence that it's not even funny. And you will be, I mean, I really see like a matriarchal figure in this card. And for you guys, like if you guys have family, you're taking care of business. You know what I mean? You're not letting this situation that's been going and going and going, or these certain situations that have been going and going and going, affect you anymore. For some of you, it could be a past relationship. Like it could already be done, but maybe you've been holding on to hope, or that divorce isn't final yet, whatever. But something this month is like, I am cutting the cord. I am done. You know, you're not going to keep me on this chain. I'm not your pet. You know, like you're not keeping me on a leash. This is like, no. And that's really what I'm getting here for you, Cancer. So, and I really feel like it's going to really be that moment at the Capricorn new moon solar eclipse, which is going to be crazy for the whole entire world. But for you, I feel like it is definitely affecting you in this department with your relationships, okay? So other than that, we do have the Gemini full moon coming up on the 12th. This is going to be in your 12th house. Gemini is the sign right behind you, so your 12th house. So this is basically going to possibly bring out some hidden things that you didn't know about, some things to light, maybe even some insecurities or some fears that finally need to be let go of, or even some bad habits that need to be let go of, some things from the past that need to be let go of, or even things from your childhood, okay? Something's coming to light here that you may have been a little bit like delusional about, that you may have not been seeing clearly, and it's coming to light. And it's really important that you feel this, that you don't try to escape it, that you don't try to float away from it, that you don't try to hide in your shell, that you feel this, because that's what's going to be this moment for you towards the end of the month that's really going to help you know what you deserve and know what you emotionally want. And yeah, and then it come to this badass moment where you're like, okay, I'm done. This is it. This is a wrap, whatever, right? And you come to this moment where you're just like, you know what's up and you know how to handle it. So anyways, hopefully this was helpful to you guys. Definitely let me know down below. I know this was extremely like kind of specific, so definitely let me know down below if you resonated with this. I'd really love to know. I love you guys. Thank you guys so much for all of your support as usual. If you want any more content or you're interested in more stuff, check the description below. Everything you need to know is down there. I love you. Bye.